Welcome to the Coffee with Cheryl podcast, the podcast for women over 50 who want to live their best life right now. Imagine having the courage to reinvent your life financially, professionally, personally, and spiritually. Join Cheryl and guests as they share practical tips and resources to inspire you to achieve the lifestyle of your dreams. So grab your favorite mug. It's time for Coffee with Cheryl.
Welcome to the Coffee with Cheryl podcast, a podcast for women over 50 who want to live their best life right now. I am your host, Cheryl Garrison. I am a speaker, I'm an author, I'm a coach. I am passionate about everything dealing with women over 50. My business, 50-something lifestyle, provides resources for women to help you grow in business, to help you publish your stories if you have a story that empowers and inspires women, and to also provide you with those resources to help you live that best life. Today, I want to talk to you about something that I have lived for over 35 years, and that's a life as an entrepreneur. I have been blessed to have several types of business over the last 35 plus years, and I have achieved great success. I've had some failures, but for the most part, it's been a successful journey. And I want to talk to you today about how to become successful as an entrepreneur from the standpoint of mindset and having and thinking like an entrepreneur, because that's at the core of being successful. I want to start with our quote, and I hope you have your cup of coffee. I have mine. I have my Coffee with Cheryl coffee cup. It says, "Don't talk to me until I've had my coffee with Cheryl." And we will be talking about this in the next few weeks, how you can get your own personal and personalized cup. So hopefully you will see the promos on that in the next few weeks. But I want to again start with our quote for today. And that quote is, "Entrepreneurship is living a few years of your life like most people won't, so that you can live the rest of your life like most people can't." And I am a testament to that being a very true statement. I came into entrepreneurship accidentally. I was working in, like many of you, out of college and into your first careers, and really thinking I was going to have this corporate life, this corporate success. And I experienced what many of you have experienced or have been experiencing right now, and that's being laid off. The great thing is I had expertise and I had skills that lended themselves to being an entrepreneur. It's just that I didn't see that until it was right there for me to see, and I accidentally fell into it. I got laid off, and all of a sudden I started getting calls from people who knew of my expertise as a technical writer to come on board as a consultant and do projects for them. And I was able to do this for over 15 years, have my own writing business where I expanded to also include marketing writing. But for 15 years or more, I was able to raise my children and to earn over full-time living, working for myself with the freedom to come and go as I pleased and to choose which projects I wanted to work on. So it really taught me in my 30s how to be independent and the freedom that comes with being your own boss. And after that experience, after accidentally falling into this thing called entrepreneurship, I knew there was no going back to a 9 to 5 or 8 to whatever. and punching clocks and taking breaks and an hour for lunch and there to five. I knew that that was not going to be my life. So I was able to create other business experiences and learn over the years how to have a successful career as an entrepreneur. So today I want to talk to you about the mindset of an entrepreneur, what it means to be an entrepreneur, and how entrepreneurs think. And then after we talk a little bit about that, we will talk about, I'll leave you with 3 tips on the 3 important things that you need to do in starting your business. Outside of those basic things like setting up bank accounts and getting your LLC or all those things, I'm talking about the core principles that you need to know before or at the beginning of your business. Now, over the last weeks, all of our podcasts have really dealt with the attributes of a great entrepreneur. And of course, we talked the first, I think, or first or second podcast about confidence. Entrepreneurs are confident people. You have to be confident in order to stand in front of a group of people or to boldly present your product or your service to the consumer base and expect for them to buy. That takes confidence. The second thing was passion. If you're not passionate about what you do, people know that. And they know that in not only the products that you put out, but the way you put them out. So entrepreneurs are passionate people. And we talked about passion. We talked about having a winning mindset. If you don't think you can, then you won't. And so you should work every day as an entrepreneur on keeping a winning or a success mindset, because it's important. Every day it's a challenge as an entrepreneur to go out and earn money, because the reason for being in business is to earn money, provide profits so that you can live that better life. So having that winning or success mindset is important. So entrepreneurs find things on a daily basis to motivate and inspire them to continue the journey. Because I'll tell you, there are days you just say, I quit. I'm going to get a job. I'm done with this. I tried that after having a business that ended worse than I wanted it to. And I thought, oh, forget this. I'm going to go get a job. And I actually went on an interview. And it reminded me that I did not want to work for anyone. And so I went on the interview. I'm sure the person who interviewed me was 13, at least. I actually wrote a book on how not to work for a 13-year-old. And then during the interview process, I realized that this was not for me. And so I gave up on that and came back to my entrepreneurial spirit and started a new business. And the other thing that entrepreneurs have and that we talked about is planning. You cannot run a business and not plan. So a successful entrepreneur has a business plan and with actions and tasks to get things done, and then they follow that plan. And then we talked about the importance of helping others, even from a caregiver standpoint. But if you care about other people, you will be a successful entrepreneur, because the whole purpose of business is to provide solutions to people's problems. And so you have to care about their problems and care about solving them in order to be successful. And then last week we talked to Carmen Ray about collaboration. You have to work with other people. You have to look for those collaborative opportunities so that you can not only be helped, but you can help someone else. There is always an opportunity when you connect with someone else who is also an entrepreneur. So we talked about those things leading up to today's podcast on being an entrepreneur. So, what is an entrepreneur? Entrepreneur is a person that, as we said, sees a problem, comes up with a solution to solve it, and then provides that to the general public for a profit. That's important, for a profit. So think about it. Think about what it is that you're thinking about as your own business venture, the problem that your business solves. And you have to be able to identify or articulate the solution and who it's for, who is your target market, who are you solving this problem for. And once you are able to articulate that, then you have the first step, the first recipe, or the first piece of the recipe of becoming a successful entrepreneur. So we'll talk about the mindset of an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs are decisive. They make decisions quickly and they make decisions effectively. They don't sit and ponder, should I do this, should I do that? Decisions are made based on facts, and a lot of those facts deal with things such as sales forecasting, target research, marketing research. So the decisions in your business are made based on information that you have gathered, and now you have all the facts you need to make a quick decision on where will your business go. A big part of business planning is knowing where you want the business to go. How much money do you want the business to earn? Who will see your business and want to purchase it? And does your message articulate the true solution that you provide? So first, entrepreneurs are decisive. Again, entrepreneurs are confident. You cannot do this and not be confident. Believe me, I've done it many years. And the biggest thing I learned was I have to look in the mirror and I have to see a person who knows where she's going and knows how she's going to get there and not be afraid of the journey. So that's the confidence that I have in 50-something lifestyle and 50-something publications in the 50-something women's network. I am confident that the things I provide will help you live your best life after 50, because it's based on not only my life, but on the lives of other women who I've met and who I've researched, who have found the recipe to live that best life, not tomorrow, not 3 years from now, but right now. The third part of thinking and acting like an entrepreneur is accountability. Who are you accountable to? Are you accountable to the people who are buying your products? Are you accountable to yourself? Do you make plans for yourself and have goals? And are you accountable for achieving those goals? Will you get them done, or will you just have them sitting there and not be accountable for their achievement? So accountability is one of the biggest parts of thinking and acting like an entrepreneur. The next one is resilience, the capacity to recover quickly. Things happen. Every day things happen, and you have to recover and say, okay, this maybe didn't go the way that I thought, but if I tweak it here, it'll go this way. And I'm always replanning. I'm always looking at the bottom line and saying, what are some things that I'm doing that are getting me to that bottom line, and what changes do I need to make sure that at the end of the day, the goals are being met. So an entrepreneur is resilient. They have the capacity to make change quickly without falling apart or make the whole business just blowing up. even in the business where the 2008 housing market, that crash affected a lot of businesses, especially the business that I was in at the time. And I had to quickly recover, and probably didn't recover as fast as I wanted to, but I did recover. I remained resilient, and I started something new, and I started something more significant, and something where I could utilize my skills from previous businesses to help others. Um, an entrepreneur practices humility. They know that their success is based on their ability to show other people in a humble way that they can help them. They're not they're not arrogant. They don't walk around uh, uh, saying things that lift them up and put others down. They don't just flash their feathers all around and say, look at me, look at me. An entrepreneur is humble. And they are that being humble helps them be open and accessible to people who need their help, who need their product or service. So entrepreneurs are humble. Entrepreneurs have an ability to recognize opportunities. Sometimes in doing business, things come along that help you increase your bottom line and also provide greater services for the people that you serve. A good example, I'm going to use my friend Carmen as an example. Carmen's Be Well community started with Be Well workshops where she would bring people together and talk about being well connected, informed, and inspired. And she would have these workshops or summits regularly. It evolved to an online community where she provided coaching services for women entrepreneurs. And now that business has found great success in the Be Well magazine. So she was able to see opportunities and make those changes to where her business continues to thrive. So an entrepreneur has the ability to recognize opportunities. And finally, an entrepreneur has a growth mindset. They are not fixed to say, this is it, I'm comfortable, this is great, I don't need to go any further. An entrepreneur sees growth in everything they do. They're open to learning more. They're open to looking at new ideas. They're open to changing course if that needs to happen. They have a growth mindset. So I'm asking you today, as you ponder this thing called entrepreneurship, are you willing to put on those characteristics or to discover those characteristics within yourself and put them to work to have a successful business? Because business is not just about having this product, here it is, and everyone's going to run and come and get it and buy it. That's not the case. Business is being able to recognize what people need, showing them how you can solve their needs or supply what they need, putting it out there in the marketplace at a price that they can afford, that has the value attached to it, that they know that if I pay this money, I will get what I'm looking for, and that it will have that value. So as I close today, I want to leave you with these 3 tips or 3 things that you want to make sure are in place before you start a new business or before you move forward with your new business. And even if you've been in business for a while, if you need to reset, these are some things to think about. Number one, be open again to those opportunities around you and then research them. What is the best business for the problem that you want to solve? And what is the best business for the time in your life? We're in our 50 somethings. Some things at this point in your life, especially as you're approaching retirement, some things are maybe too risky for you right now, and you may risk all of your life savings to do something that doesn't have the return that you need to be successful. So look at what kind of business. There are direct marketing business like MLMs that sort of put the programs together. All you have to do is spread the word and you can earn money. You can be in your own business. There are coaching businesses. If you want to have a life coaching business, or if you're good at business and you want to share that, have a business coaching. Or I have a friend who's a marriage counselor, so she started a marriage counseling business. So think about what type of business that you're going to start, research it, and make sure that it fits your purpose right now in your life. Then you want, once you've decided this is a business for me, this is a thing that is going to get me, first of all, it's going to fulfill a need, it's going to solve a need. I'm passionate about it, and it's going to provide the profits that I need to be able to put into my household budget. Number two is to create a plan, a business plan. A business plan that you write down, not one that's in your head. A plan that includes all of the activities that you will perform to get this business started. A business plan generally, and that's one of my specialties in helping people set up business plans and walk through all the things they need. It includes who is your target market? Where do they live? How old are they? Are they male or female, or does it matter their gender? Where do they hang out online? Where do they hang out offline? Establishing a true picture of who you're targeting, having a true picture of your product development. What are you offering? What services are you offering, down to the most minute point in the services that you offer? It goes to sales. What sales do you need to make? How much money do you need to make to be profitable in that business? That business plan also includes how you're going to market it. How will you roll out this business to the public? So that business plan is a document that you go to. It's your roadmap for success in business. So number one, once you've looked at opportunities and once you've established that you have a business that you're passionate about, a business that truly solves a problem, and one that fits within your lifestyle in your 50-something, the next thing, you create your business plan so you know you have in hand what it takes to make money in that business. And then finally, the most important thing, do the work. It's great to have a business. It's great to, I joined this MLM, or I signed up for this franchise, or I got my certification in this and that kind of coaching. And now I just have this great plan. It's all bound. It's leather bound. I had it printed at FedEx printing. It's just all set to go. But then it sits on a desk and you don't do the work. So number three is commit to doing the work of an entrepreneur. It is hard work. It is consistent work. It is every day waking up and thinking of ways you can make your business more successful. So the benefits from being your own boss, I can tell you the benefits for me, it's freedom to not have anyone tell me to come and go, when to do it, to where I can't go and visit my grandchildren when I want. When my children were little, I couldn't stay off work when they were sick, or I couldn't go take them to Disneyland or wherever in the summer for as long as I wanted. It was freedom, time freedom, personal freedom, family freedom, and it also was financial freedom. Having business, my husband and I own businesses together, and I also had businesses on my own, and that provided a lifestyle that I never dreamed of. I mean, I knew I was capable of living it, but having our own business and having no limit to the amount of money we could make helped us live a better life. And so think about yourself and think about this business that you are getting ready to start. Have you done the work that it takes to be successful? Think about the mindset that it takes every day to run your business. And then go out there and change your life. Live that best life as an entrepreneur right now. So I hope you learned something from today's podcast and that you will join me next week for our next podcast. And one thing I want to remind you of is no matter what's going on in your life in your 50s, if you never quit, if you never give up, if you always look for ways to make it better, it will be better. And you will find that you are living your best life right now. And you can't imagine how great life can be in your 50 something. Have a great rest of your Monday.